It is quite a challenge to recruit Native American speakers in Paris, and it can be an opportunity for them to work 100% in English. Let me say that again. It is quite a challenge to recruit Native American speakers in Paris, and it can be an opportunity for them to work 100% in English. So if you are a Native American speaker, if you are fluent in English and you're already here in Paris or thinking about moving here and are unsure about the job market, rest assured that you can find a job here. There are opportunities here despite a pandemic, despite lockdown, despite the current state of the world. Yes, you can find a job here in Paris. Stick around and your girl Savvy C will show you how. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Savannah, but on the internet, I go by Savvy C, and welcome back to Savvy C Scoop. Today's video is all about jobs available to native English speakers here in Paris, particularly for my fellow students. I get this question asked a lot, and I thought it was time to dedicate a full video to it and just share what I've learned over my 4 or 5 months here so far and what is possible despite, a pandemic and, the current crazy state of the world right now. This video will just outline, the requirements for being a student working here, jobs/industries that are available to you, where to look for said jobs, and then lastly, what AUP offers. I go to the American University of Paris, their job portal, internship, global talent portal database, with all that details and offers. But first, before I get into that, just like a quick, not like disclaimer, but just overall arching advice, the best tip of advice I can give you as you start your job hunt here. Coming to Paris, coming to work in France, if you're a native English speaker with like an intermediate level of French or higher, that is chef's kiss. That is the best thing going. So if you have those two things going in your favor, that is ideal. But if not, you can still find work here. Let's start off with the parameters surrounding being a current student in France who would like to get a job. You first have to just prove your student status. So just simply, if you're enrolled in a language school or university, you just need to prove that you're there however you see fit, how the company requires you. Next, your hours. You are limited because you're a full-time student. That is the job within itself, and they just don't want you to be overworked. So in a calendar year, you're allowed to work up to 960 hours, which averages out to be about 20 hours a week. And then if you're in a 6-month program, you're allowed to work up to 472 hours. And then the minimum wage here is €9.72, or 76 cents, excuse me. Then after that, if you want a proper internship, if you're looking for a proper internship versus something casual on the side or like a full-blown, full-time job, which you would get after your program's completed, for all internships here, it's contractual. So both your school, your host institution, language school, as well as the company that's looking to hire you just needs to sign on the dotted line, that everyone's on the same page, and obviously you sign as well, just consenting. Everyone knows what's going on, and you're good to go. For my school, AUP, it's a requirement, or either you can do a thesis or an internship for your last semester in the Magic program, which I'm in. And so it's just, it's a big part of student French culture here, getting an internship. Then next up, let's just talk about jobs. So when you hear about jobs here, you might have seen other videos, blog posts, etc., you always get the typical translator, English translator, teaching English, being a tutor for English, being a teacher's assistant. You can do TAPIF or something like that. Being an au pair, being a babysitter, being a nanny. Those are huge jobs here, right? So those are typical jobs. Those are super abundant, even in a pandemic. Like I said, that happens all the time. I'll be sure to link below some organizations like TAPIF. But I was looking here to be an au pair at first. I looked into some certain Facebook groups, Pair Butrfly. There's a great YouTube channel called OPOP, and they're, these two girls, they're au pairs who are, I think, in Paris, or definitely in France. I want to say specifically in Paris. And they just give a ton of tips and advice and just things to look out for. So I'll be sure to link all of that below. But aside from those, typical jobs, if you will, some other jobs that I've been offered myself, I know other people, my fellow classmates, or just other students who are here that I've been able to do and have, a chance to take part in, are being a liaison between Anglophone world, American market, maybe British market, and Paris. So being a bridge in between those two markets. For example, the job that I read in the beginning of this opening was to be a business communications intern. So like I would have helped the business communication manager for the US division of the company as they're expanding to the Americas, or America, expanding to the United States of America. I don't know why I said Americas. Expanding to America, I would have helped them communicate that and just communicate back and forth with that office. That happens a ton of times. So it's like people who want to branch out into New York, LA, DC, wherever else in America, or maybe they want to branch out to somewhere in the UK, and they just need someone, a Native American English speaker who can just speak their language quite literally, understand things, get the nuances. Because I found that a lot of people here being here in Paris, here in France, they can conversationally speak English, but it's very limited after you talk to them after a while. So keep that in mind. Also, some other jobs that I came across I think are great for students. Freelance work, being a freelance, writing for me. I'm here in communications. We can do like editing, video work, art perhaps, like whatever your thing is, your little side hustle, if you will. Freelance. You can do a lot of that here. So for like Fiverr or Upwork, websites like that. Again, I'll put stuff like that in the description box. Second to last thing, customer service representative. This was a job I came across a lot, and I feel like it's really easy to do, lucrative, and you can do it from home anywhere in the world, really. Being, an English-speaking customer service representative, especially now with everything going online, a lot of orders taking place, a lot of business conducted virtually, over phones, whatever. That's a great market to tap into. And then lastly, working for social media companies / streaming services. I saw recently, I can put it up, for this streaming service called Deezer. I didn't hear about it till I moved to Europe, so it's kind of like, like Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. And they were looking for an English copywriter. So like something as simple as that you can easily do as a student, as an intern here, and still live in Paris, still live in France. Then also too, this is kind of hard because, it's pandemic, but, under the table work, I got a lot of friends, or I know a lot of people here that did this before everything, closed, but like working at bars, working at restaurants as like a host, bartender, and just getting paid under the table. So just like tax-free income, getting paid in cash. It is a little bit, illegal, so perhaps, but it's a great way to meet people, a good way to get, quick, easy money on the weekends. And then so you can meet a ton of people, which will lead you into jobs, which brings us a great segue, where to look for jobs. So I'll go first. Online only. So you're already on YouTube, you're already searching, so that's a great start. Outside of YouTube, I say look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn can be your best friend. Just go to the search bar, type in Paris, type in maybe Lyon, whatever city you're looking at, type in keywords in your industry, and then just fiddle down. It'll narrow down from there. You can really just find your niche, find your people. Also too, if you're coming here and you have previous degrees, bachelor's, or maybe where you went to high school, where you're from, you can put your school in as well as where you want to go, and you can find people, if perhaps, you never know till you try, that overlap of like coming from your undergraduate institution as well as working for like, I don't know, Estee Lauder or whatever you're looking for here. So that's a great resource. Glassdoor, Indeed, those websites as well, just great places to find jobs. Then next, for a non-traditional route, but a great way that's helpful and things I've seen, are expat Facebook groups. Again, I'll be sure to link some that I found helpful down below, but expat groups, particularly, American expat groups, always I see, be like, hey, my, cousin's friend is looking for this type of person, or like, if you know anyone who can fit this description, let me know. Or like, I see like that all the time. So, and again, just, practice discernment. If it feels weird, it probably is weird. So just keep that in mind. But there are great places on, there's safe places on the internet, good and bad and the ugly on the internet, but it's available, it's possible to you. And then last, and certainly not least, again, social media pages. Follow the companies that you're looking for on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Twitter. I don't have Clubhouse, but maybe you can do Clubhouse as well. I've heard great things about it, just not on it myself, but just follow these pages, stay up to date. Finding a job is a job in itself sometimes, so, just stay up on it. And then if you're on top of just looking online, if maybe you're already here in Paris, you can just do things in person. One, word of mouth. So just again, meeting people who you know. Closed mouths don't get fed. So ask, bring up your needs, ask what you're looking for. Two, the American Church of Paris. It's right down the street from my school. The American University of Paris actually started there and then branched out to the campus it is now. I know, and I've been told that they have a lot of jobs available, a lot of housing opportunities available, so reach out to them. And then three, I called this in my notes, Pursuit of Happiness It. So just pull up in person and really just offer what you can. Or maybe in person would be hard now because of the pandemic, but virtually pull up in person, go to sessions, know a friend of a friend. But again, just practice discernment and don't be like annoying, but apply the pressure. So hopefully you understand that. And then last but certainly not least, for my fellow AUP students or those who are looking to apply to the American University of Paris, we have two great resources. One being the Job/Internship Database, and it just is full and is updated regularly of companies and positions, opportunities that are jobs or in companies that are looking for AUP students. All of them came to AUP. So like how it works is like they have to like reach out to AUP like vets it, and then they share it on the database. So they're not like random opportunities. There's some great job opportunities there. And there's also the Global Talent Portal. So you just make a profile, fill out basic information, upload a headshot, link your LinkedIn or any other social media pages you have that you want to mention, and then you're good to go. And then you can get hits from it. That's how I found out about the email I initially opened this video with, was through that. They emailed me, they messaged me, and I had an internship offer or an invitation to apply for an internship. Now, real quick, as I wrap this video up, I'm still kind of like, not weary, but I just haven't experienced this yet, so I don't want to speak, I don't want to speak on something I don't know too well. But for those, for me, I really like Paris. It likes me back, I think. And so I'm going to stay here after my program ends at the end of this year. And so my options are either to extend my student status or look for a job. And so I can they extend my student status, and that's just through AUP. I'll link how to do that below. I haven't done the process myself yet, but I know you have to do it within 15 days of my residency card expiring. And then I can either do, like I said, the looking for a job, which is the APS visa, or extending the student visa through my school. So with the APS visa, I'm not gonna pronounce it in French because it's gonna be a mouthful and I can't right now. But it allows you being the student, to stay in France for 2 years after completion of your program. And during those 2 years, you can either search for a job or create your own visa, or create your own business. So those are the two options for that. And yeah, and I was gonna say something else. Hold up. Oh, another like little tip. Having a master's degree here is it's kind of a benchmark almost, like it's like standard, if you will. So if you have one or in pursuit of one like me, that is the best thing going. But if you don't, again, don't be discouraged. I say go for it. Try this opportunity. The city is amazing. But keep that in mind. Having a master's degree will get you into a lot of doors on top of being a native English speaker from the States. So keep that in mind. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully these tips and ideas help you on your journey, on your job hunt. Again, like I said earlier, I know finding a job is a full-time job within itself, but I know you can do it, and hopefully these tips help you, have somewhere to start. As always, there's a comment below if you have any more questions. If I don't know the answer, I will gladly direct you to resources that hopefully can answer the question for you. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. As always, I am sending my love to wherever you are in the world where you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!